Good evening. Thanks for joining us. We're following a big story tonight that has a lot of people talking.
3 News Now reporter John Kipper has been looking into these campaign ads that are on your screen right now.
Now, these flyers are accusing political candidates of trying to defund the police, and some say they're racist.
And John was able to talk to a few candidates today about what they think about the ads, and he shares an in-depth look at the situation.
Voters in Midtown District 3 may have seen this campaign ad in the mail. The ad comes from the Omaha Police Officers Association, and it says, "In progressive candidate Cammie Watkins, Omaha, no one is safe," and that a vote for her would jeopardize Omaha's future. The ads have enraged activists and politicians in Omaha, including Terrell McKinney, who was among several people that called the Omaha Police Union racist on Twitter last night. He called the mailers fear-mongering propaganda.
Anybody that speaks up and tries to hold police accountable, the Police Officers Association is going to try to do anything to make that individual look better. Wasn't surprising.
Head of the police union, Tony Connor, responded to McKinney on Twitter and defended the mailers, saying, "What's racist about the mailer? That's her position, and we are simply highlighting it." But the candidate who the union is supporting in the District 3 race, Danny Bagley, says he's run a positive campaign. And while we did not commission the piece nor sign off on it, I realize it was done in support of me, and I cannot condone the negative attacks. The past 24 hours have further highlighted that we have work to do in order to repair and restore the relationship between police and the community. Watkins declined to be interviewed, but called it dirty politics, which is the antithesis of the campaign I'm running. It's not the only race where we've seen the ads. This ad was sent out to the voters in the Millard area from Republican candidate Don Rowe, targeting his Democratic opponent, Patrick Leahy. This one got sent out to voters in Northwest Omaha by the state GOP, saying Cohen supporters want to defund the police. In response, Cohen says it's a lie meant to distract voters from her opponent Amy Melton's poor record, and that she would like to see more accountability, transparency, and mental health services, and that I do not support cutting the police budget to achieve these goals. Doing so would likely result in cuts to important officer training. Despite Bagley saying he does not condone the negative ads against his opponent, members of Bagley's campaign team, including Public Service Commissioner Crystal Rhodes, parted ways Wednesday in light of the ads. In Omaha, John Kipper, 3 News Now.
And John Kipper joins us now from the 3 News Now newsroom, and he's covered politics in Omaha for a while. And John, we want to know what you think. So do you think these attack ads you've seen over the last few elections work?
You know, it's really hard to say they worked, but it's definitely been something that's more prevalent in the Omaha area in the last few years. Specifically last year, we saw the Cara Eastman, Don Bacon campaign, a lot of these type of attack ads against Cara Eastman, who was a progressive Democrat. And then it did bleed over to the state legislature as well. We saw in the Millard legislative district race, the candidate Tim Royers get criticized with this. But probably the most notable one was the Bellevue race, where State Senator Carol Blood, a moderate Democrat, was attacked with her face next to a fiery dumpster. The ironic thing about that one was that she was actually endorsed by the local police union. But this is something that we have definitely seen since last year's protest movement. That's really when it started.
Yeah, John, you've talked to these candidates, and some of them have gotten flyers like this in the mail. In your conversations with them, what have you heard from them about defunding the police? What's their stance?
Well, again, looking at some of the state senators, Megan Hunt, who was in that story, has said that she wants to defund the police, but I've talked to every candidate running for city council. Not one person has said this. In fact, that many Democratic candidates say we need to add more funding so officers can get help with more training. Now, Cammie Watkins, I will say, is probably the most pro-reform candidate out of all 14 candidates running. She says that she wants to try to prevent crime before it happens, and that we have to reevaluate the entire budget, including the police budget. So she kind of goes there, but I will say she has not said, at least anything that I have seen, that she fully wants to defund the police.
All right, thank you, John. We appreciate your insight. Now, we have a 3 News Now poll going on right now. We want to know what you think. We're asking, do you think political attack ads work?
So here's how the poll works. You just grab your phone, scan the QR code at the bottom of the screen, and answer yes or no.
We'll share the results of the poll at the end of the newscast.
You can only vote once, so scan that QR code or go to 3newsnow.com/vote now. And you can find more on this story and see the attack ads for yourself on our website, 3newsnow.com.